Hello, beautiful people, and if this is your first time here, it's wonderful to have you here with me today. And if you're returning, it's great to see you again. In today's video, you'll receive my channeled message, plus a page from the Angel Guidance book, and also a healing oracle card from the Universal Love deck. Please note that this is a collective group message, so it may not resonate with you today, and that is simply okay. Come back tomorrow where it may be more aligned with what you need to know. Speak your truth. It's quite broadly spoken about. However, what does it actually mean? I'm not really sure if most people are really aware of what speaking your truth really means on a deep level. So I felt it really a brilliant topic, and that's what channeled through last night at about 2 o'clock. It was like, oh my goodness, okay, I don't believe I've covered this as yet. And it is really important message. And the reason why is I have, there's a perspective that I believe so many people in our society do not feel heard. And it's like, why are they not feeling heard? It's not necessarily down to people not listening. What if I offered a perspective that maybe you may not feel heard because you're not able to express your truth? And I'm going to share with you maybe why. None of what I share is intentional. I'm not saying any of the perspectives in any of my videos is not intentional, meaning I'm not saying you're consciously aware that you're doing it. In layman's terms, you're not purposely doing the things that I say that can happen. I hope that makes sense with you, because if you're feeling that I'm saying to you, you're purposely doing this and you're purposely doing that, guess what happens? I lose you. You shut down because you feel like I'm attacking, judging. It doesn't matter. And as soon as we feel like we are personally attacked, we've been given criticism, I'm saying it's all your fault, that's what you may be hearing, even though that's not what I'm saying, what happens is you shut down. Yeah? And so I want to teach you that that is partially why a lot of us do not speak our truth. Because in fear, it could be of rejection, but I'm not going to go back too much into it because it is all in this message. So I hope that you stay open during this video, because it is an important message, and it may be a perspective that you'd not heard or looked at, because as I say, you don't know what you don't know. And the only way to learn is to really enforce yourself to stay open, that you don't feel that any of my message is a personal attack on you, because it is never my intention, okay? I absolutely respect that we all have different learnings, and there's still so much in life that I do not know. So really stay open as much as you can. Don't allow those thoughts to say, Kat's attacking you, she's full of shit. Whatever your thoughts is saying, just tell them to politely shut up and really be open. Take some notes, because if it doesn't resonate after you write notes and stuff, cool, that's okay. But just maybe something at the time does not hit you and you're resisting it, not intentionally. But when you leave and go back and read your notes, you may go, yeah, you know what, that feels right. Because I'm all about feeling. You know that by now. Those of you who've seen me a few times know that everything I come from is about feeling, not thinking. Yeah? Okay, let's get into the message. Maybe take a deep breath with me. I don't know why I'm guided to get you to take a deep breath with me. So let's take a deep breath. Just so we can center ourselves and focus on this, about what we're feeling when we're hearing what I'm sharing. And I feel it may have been more for me than for you. So let's get into it. I hope you're enjoying what you've heard thus far and that you haven't switched off. I really do hope that. Okay, speaking your truth. What does it mean to speak your truth? To open your heart with honesty, transparency, and vulnerability. Share your perspective story and how you truly feel without fear of judgment, fear of rejection, or fear of abandonment, all due to what you've just shared. And most importantly, not allowing the I'm going to feel bad, guilt, hold you back. Right? You know that one for sure. Surely there has been a time where you've gone, no, but if I share that with them, I'm going to feel bad if they're hurt. If I've hurt them, upset them, I don't want to upset them or hurt them. And I'll feel bad. In that moment, if there's times that resonate with you that you've said that, you've held back your truth. And you've held back your truth because of someone else's emotional reaction to it. Okay, let's keep moving on because I'm digressing and I'm sharing more of the message. Stuff just comes through. How many times, now this is a really good question, and if your head goes none, just allow that to just try and tell it to shut up. How many times have you not shared how you truly felt or what you really wanted to say and your perspective, and you haven't shared anything purely because you will feel bad and how the listener, so whoever you're speaking with, emotionally reacts and is impacted by what you shared? They may have had an idea, they may be speaking about whatever topic, and you want to share your perspective or play devil's advocate, right? We're very good at that. But I like the expression devil's advocate because it's more about you're just offering them food for thought, a perspective. You're not offering, oh, in my opinion, this is what I think you should do, right? Listen to those words. You're telling them in essence. An opinion means it's what you would do in that situation. That's really in essence what an opinion is, right? They don't want to know that. They're not you. But what if you play devil's advocate and say, oh, you know what? If you decide to do that, have you thought about this? Have you thought about that? What you're doing is exactly what I do every day in my videos, is just offering another perspective, food for thought. They may not have looked at it from that directive. That's not an opinion, right? That's you speaking your truth. You're sharing a perspective. It's not, you're not looking at what they've shared that if it was you. You're looking at the whole big picture. You're going, sounds like a great idea. However, have they taken into consideration this and this? And this is also when you're sharing your truth about something that may be bothering you. We can really share our truth. What we're lacking is the skill in the delivery of speaking our truth. Okay, that's just come through. I'm very big on language, the words that we use, the tonality, the body language. All this impacts the way it's received when we speak our truth. Imagine if we had the whole skill set. When we speak our truth, we need to have the skill of tonality. We need to have the skill of all the body language. We need to have the skill of the words that we use. We need to have the skill in the way we structure our sentences. All of these encompass speaking your truth. And this is where I feel the skills are lacking, is that a lot of us, and we haven't learned, let's face it, we haven't learned. I've spent a lot of time and I've researched and invested a lot of time into really learning how to deliver speaking my truth. And even when I do use certain words, some people still hear I'm using other words. I'll give you an example. I don't say sorry a lot. When I do, it means I am truly speaking from the heart. If I have hurt someone or if I have, it's more about another person, I absolutely say that I am sorry with no excuses, no justification, right? Do I say I'm sorry I'm late? No. Do I say I'm sorry I didn't get back to you earlier? No. I say please excuse, because I am asking for them to please forgive in a sense. Yeah? But I don't want to say I'm sorry, because for sorry, it's such a deep expression. And for me, it is used so flippantly, and I am digressing, right? But it's lost its importance and its value. to say, I am so sorry, should be when we've hurt someone and we get the ability to emotionally connect without justification or excuses. Please excuse. I've said, please excuse the delay in getting back to you. The person responded with, you don't need to be sorry. I responded back and said, I didn't say that I was sorry. So they've perceived my please excuse as sorry, and it's like, but that's not what I said. And I always get clarification. So I did digress, but it's all relevant to speaking your truth. Maybe some of you have fear because maybe you're missing those other skills, and you don't know what you don't know. So maybe really learning about tonality and the importance of tonality, right? Of how you can absolutely bring tonality in it. Therefore, you can speak your truth without hurting someone. And really being mindful of the body language. Yeah? You can hear, if you take note, my tonality. I have so many different tonalities in a video. If I want to really make you feel and I want to connect with you, I bring my tone down. I want you to feel me, and I can get you to feel me, right? Feel my emotional state purely by my tone. Yeah? We all have this skill. It's about nurturing it and evolving it. We don't learn this stuff. So I'm going to get back to the message. I'm digressing a lot, but I did feel this with this message as I was writing it and channeling it. I was like, oh, it's a lot deeper than what I initially felt. Do you think, and are your thoughts telling you in that moment where you want to speak your truth, but I don't want to hurt them and I'll feel bad? How many times have those thoughts come into here? I know for myself, plenty. Yeah, in the past. Pretty sure that will resonate with most of you on this video. And absolutely, this is including myself. Yeah? Have you taken a moment to reflect and ask yourself how not speaking my truth may be emotionally and mentally impacting me? Have you asked yourself that? It may cause you, the outcome of you not speaking your truth, it may be causing you to feel the following emotions: frustrated, angry, sad, mad, disrespected, alone, isolated, and more importantly, not heard. How many of those emotions can you feel? You go, damn, I really want to say this. And that stuff, the things that you want to share, don't generally just go away. Okay? If they keep coming into your thoughts, they're coming from somewhere. Means you haven't let it go. It hasn't gone away. It still sits. Where does it sit? You don't want to know where it sits? It gets added to your suppressed bucket. That's more stuff that you've just compounded, that suppressed. Because if you hadn't suppressed it, it would never come into your thoughts again. But you've savored that. And it's gone straight to the suppressed bucket until something similar triggers that same thought. So not speaking your truth has great impact on you. And I hope that you've not, well, I don't hope. No, wrong. Delete that. I do hope that it's offered you a perspective that you may not have thought of. And you're going, why does this bloody keep impacting me? Because maybe there is a situation that you've suppressed, you've not spoke your truth about it to that same person, maybe. And it brings it up. Right? It sits, whatever your truth will sit until you are either ready to heal and address it, right? So to address it and heal, or in the state of anger, this is going to resonate with a lot of you. And it would with me years ago, not now. In the state of anger, you then have the inner strength and courage to share your truth. How many times when you're in an argument with a friend, your parents, relationship, your partner, has that thing that you wanted to say ages ago that you didn't speak your truth because you didn't want to hurt them, but when you're angry, all bets are off. How many times has your truth come up when you're angry? I am going to say that if any of you here go never, that's a lie. That's your thoughts. I'm not saying you're purposely lying. You're not intentionally. This is not you. This is your thoughts wanting to take you out. It's your thoughts lying. There will be at least one occasion with every one of you that are watching this video where you didn't speak your truth in the calm of the moment, but in an argument, that shit come right up. Where did it come from? You clearly didn't forget about it. You clearly didn't heal from it. That was in your suppressed bucket. And now that they've done the same thing and you're angry and you've got this inner strength, because I always say anger is a powerful tool, right? It's a powerful emotion. It gives us the strength and the care factor goes to zero. I'm like, oh, I know that I have done it. Because then it was like, I don't care. I don't have the logical ability. It's like, how many times in a state of anger have you said, I've said things that I shouldn't have said. But if you reflected on those things that you said, that's your truth. That's really how you feel. But the way it was delivered, and in the situation that it was delivered, was not appropriate. So it's that you're looking at. Maybe. I'll say maybe, because it may not resonate with you. Okay. Unfortunately, when in a heightened emotional state, meaning angry, sad, whatever, but we're unbalanced, right? Speaking your truth may be shared a little jumbled and a little accusive and a little angry and a little unclear. And due to the listeners, so whoever is you're sharing your truth with, which is the listener, is also in a heightened emotional state. So they too have lost all the conscious ability, all of the, ability to logically hear and logically just absorb what you're sharing. Instead, and to respectfully listen, they're not listening to anything. So they're not hearing, and although you're feeling like you've told them how you feel. Yeah, I've told them several times. Do you know how many times I hear that from couples? It's like, well, when did you share it? Oh, we were arguing. And I'm going, yeah, no. Then they didn't hear you. Okay? The listener does not listen nor hear most of what you shared. They are not in an open, balanced state of being to listen, to hear, or even care what you got to say and what you're sharing. No way. Take a moment and know and reflect that when you're angry, really look, do you hear anything? No, you're already going into what you want to say back to them. You're not hearing anything. That's the truth. That's your truth. When we own our truth and are accountable, go, yeah, you know what, Kat? Nah, I get it. I'm not. So what makes you feel that they are? Far too many people, and this is, I really, part of this video is, again, for the ripple effect, is I hope that you share maybe what you learned from this video with others. Yeah? Far too many people share their truth only when they are angry, frustrated, or peeved off. Yeah? Which generally falls on deaf ears. Nobody hears. Nobody listens. Because if you're in a heightened state, I dare say that the person listening is in the same state as you. So it's like two bulls in a ring. Is anyone listening? No, this bull's trying to push you and you're trying to push that bull. No one's hearing anything. What's the point? It's a mute conversation. Why would you bother? So I hope from today that you consciously choose to learn about this, all the different things I spoke about, right? Which was tonality, body language, words, language, the way you share things in a sentence, the way you deliver, when you deliver the information. There is so much, right? And this all falls back into, effective communication. There are the 3 tools out of the infinite ring that I developed, which is effective communication, words or language, and respectful listening. These 3 all intertwine, yeah? And it's so important. And that's part of speaking the truth. When more of us, and this is, all this information is coming through and I'm getting a bit mumble jumbled. So I really want to take a breath right now and center myself so I'm not losing you with my energy of all what's coming through. So another contributing factor, what's just come through and I've missed in this message, is why a lot of us do not speak our truth, is because so much of society speak about criticism and constructive criticism. Those 2 words alone need to be deleted. Because when you hear the words, how do they make you feel? They make you feel like you're being, I'll use the term attacked, judged, whatever. But if we were to hear everything as feedback, and that's all we heard was, it's just feedback, right? Then would it enable us to speak our truth far more often? Because we wouldn't then go into we feel bad, because we're going, oh yeah, they're hearing it as feedback. Most of my friends and family know that I want their truth. I don't want the bullshit fluff. Don't fluff and dance around stuff. If I've upset you, say, Kat, what the hell? Because I cannot change or shift, learn or grow from bullshit. I want the truth. That's why it's like whatever you write, if there's comments, I want the truth. If you feel I'm too harsh, you don't like my perspective, I want that. And I want to hear yours. Because I don't take anything as criticism or constructive criticism. Everything for me is feedback, which means I get opportunity to learn and grow. Positive. Yeah? Now imagine if we could really shift that, and you can hear my tone is loud again because it's all coming through. It's like, oh my gosh, that's another angle that didn't come through originally with the channel message. And that is partially why our listener emotionally reacts, because they are taking what you are sharing as criticism, as constructive criticism. Like, what is the difference? It's BS. It's criticism. It is what it is. If the listener was to shift it to feedback and go, yeah, great, you know what? I hadn't realized that that's the way I was being perceived. Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to work on that. Just as I've shared with you on other videos, my mum says sometimes when I get very passionate, I come across as angry. And I am endeavoring to really be mindful of that. And, you know, I don't want anyone to feel what my mum feels is angry. Because otherwise, if that's what you're feeling, you're going to shut down. And then that doesn't serve me sharing my message with you. You're shut down, you're not listening anymore. So I do endeavour to be consciously aware when there's, it's like, yes. And I do poke a little bit hard, and it is intentional in order to get you to hear. In the same breath, I have to find that balance, because if I push too hard, it shuts you down. Does that make sense? So this is really what has come through And I respect that it is a little bit of a digress, but it's all relevant to, you know, I think I've done I do believe I've done a video on feedback versus criticism. And if I haven't, then that's another video that will be coming. Clearly, I haven't done that. All right, okay. So I haven't done that one. Well, there we go. I may just make a note of it, because sometimes you know, I know that I did one on language. So please excuse this, because that's a great one that I'd love to really share with you about criticism versus feedback. All right, let's keep moving along onto the book. What does that have for us today? Okay, tell yourself I love you. And that is really appropriate, especially when speaking your truth is about opening your heart. And to say that I love you is to go, you know what? I want to respect and honor me. And I absolutely am aware now that if I don't speak my truth, it's at the detriment to my emotional balance and my overall well-being. If I don't speak my truth, it impacts me mentally and emotionally. And that is not good for my overall well-being. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, I'd be so grateful if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's Cat's Message of the Day. However, I would also love if you have the time to write a comment. If there is something in this video that you didn't like or didn't resonate with you, I want you to make a comment. Respectfully, of course. And if there is something in particular that you didn't know that you've learned, I'd love to hear about it. And for any of you that need some more clarification on this and you're not sure, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. You can do it via email, you can do it via Facebook, Messenger. I'm all open for that. So let's get back to the book. Tell yourself I love you. If you'd like to close your eyes, take a deep breath with me, just so you can absorb the words from this beautiful message. Self-love is a term that you frequently hear about, but are sometimes unsure how to put it into practice, right? One of the simplest ways to do so is to say, I love you to yourself. Now, some of you, this is going, that's corny, I'm not doing that. How many of you, your thoughts are starting to take you out already? I actually say it out loud. I don't say it internally, I say it externally. I love me. I love me. I love me for me. I love who I've become. I love who I'm becoming. Yeah? Because we are our harshest critic. That's an automatic default. So I endeavor every day to shift that automatic default to share more about gratitude and appreciation and feel blessed for who I am, rather than continuously focus on what I'm not, what I haven't done. I hope that makes sense. You can declare it silently, aloud, or in writing. Now I'm going to say silently. I'm going to say the other two options is aloud, and even write it, journal it. It's a beautiful way, and it's just a consistent reassurance. You may even want to put it on post-it notes and put it around where you can visually see it throughout the day. Just in case you go into negative land, you can look at that, say it out loud, and hopefully it will shift. It will flip your thought process. Enjoy everyone's hearing, caring affirmations. And that includes your inner self, yeah? When you express such sentiments to yourself, your soul will shine. It will, honestly, brightly with joy. Your entire energy field, right, is enlarged, which enhances your healing and manifestation abilities. Wow. Thought for today. I tell myself, I love me. I give myself a hug and I nurture my inner being. I have the source of all love inside me now. And it's a powerful healing balm that helps me reach new heights in my life. When was the last time you showed gratitude for you? When was the last time you said, I love me? Now, this is extremely relevant because when we become and we love ourselves and we value self, it makes it far easier for us to speak our truth, because it's like, I'm not going to put myself through that. I'm not going to allow how I'm feeling hold me back. I'm not going to allow what I'm feeling that I have not shared impact my mental and emotional state of being. So love you. We say we should come first. I always say at the end of these videos, you are your most valuable asset, so invest in you because you matter. So why are you putting yourself second to someone else? And it doesn't mean you don't care, you don't be rude, you don't be disrespectful about what you've got to share. You share it from love, you share it from kindness. Yeah? That's what matters, is how you deliver it. Tonality makes a big difference when you say it gently and softly and kindly. And show them that, you know what, you're not saying this out of spite. It's coming from a place of love. You can show that just with tone and body language. Did you know that? All right, let's keep moving on. Sorry. That card jumped out. I didn't see it. It flipped on the other side. And I go, do you realize, are you aware, consciously aware of how much you not speaking your truth can cause you sorrow? We worry sometimes about causing sorrow for someone else, yet we haven't taken into consideration that the sorrow that it causes us, not to share our truth, not to speak our truth. Because as I spoke about in the message, what have you wanted to say that you haven't said in fear of hurting or someone else's reaction that is impacting you, that you've suppressed, that still every now and then comes up? How is it holding you back? How is it causing you sorrow? You are prepared for that to impact you and cause you sorrow, but you're not prepared to share your truth in case you cause sorrow for someone else. So if you believe that you put yourself first, and if you're not speaking your truth, what's just come out is you're not. You're not putting you first. You're not putting you first in every aspect of life. You may be putting you first in certain different situations, but one that's so important is speaking your truth means you're living with integrity. You're living authentically. Yeah? Which is genuine. So you are being your true self. You are speaking your truth, which is authentic. So isn't it time to stop allowing what you haven't shared, which is your truth, to cause you sorrow? Just maybe, okay, what's coming through is for some of you who are emotionally struggling at the moment, a massive contributing factor is you haven't spoke your truth. You haven't shared with someone how you're feeling in fear of their reaction. Now, for some of you, their reaction is quite fearful. That's what I'm getting. And it's regarding relationship. Yeah? For some of you, you haven't spoken your truth. You're saying to me, Kat, how can I speak my truth when I'm fearful of the reaction? But it's not just in what they're going to say or making them feel bad. It's what they're physically going to do. So it's really given me another perspective to say, in not all situations do we have the capability to speak our truth. We do. But if there is a fear of reaction, of physical reaction, then absolutely, you know what? Take a breath. Take time and go, it's not safe to speak your truth. Okay. For some of you, this sorrow card is for those of you that may be in a relationship or have a friendship that is quite fearful. And you're saying to me, Kat, you want me to speak my truth, and I'm fear of the repercussions of that truth because it's physical repercussions. I'm going to say that in not all situations is it, when it is not safe, physically safe, okay? Stipulation. And you have fear of the physical repercussions, yeah? Or the consequences of you speaking your truth, then absolutely that's what this card is about. It wanted me to share, because some of you are going, you've got no clue, Kat. You haven't covered, and you've taken it that you've perceived that I've said in every situation you should speak your truth. So now I'm clarifying it. Yeah? Not in every circumstance are we free to speak our truth. If we do not feel safe, if we speak our truth, then it is not the time. But this, you not speaking your truth, is holding you back. It's causing you deep sorrow. I'm getting that extremely strong. Okay. For those of you that resonate with that you do not feel safe to speak your truth, there needs to be a baby step, and I want to be that baby step for you. You haven't really spoken your truth with self to go, okay, I'm getting that. So much information is coming through that it's like all intertwining. It's like a freaking spider web. And so I need to take a breath to slow it down to really get clear on what this is wanting me to share with you. Okay. There are some of you, absolutely, and I'm going to say that they're saying I'm going to offer, reach out. It's a baby step. For some of you, the sorrow is that you haven't spoken the truth with self. It's too painful, it's too hard to actually own it and go, this is my situation, this is my relationship, this is what is happening. And I need to absolutely own it. I need to speak my truth, whether it be externally with someone, internally with self, or internally with a journal. Some of you, it's so painful and too hard. Yeah, scary, fearful. And it's easier for you feel right now just to push it aside and not see it, not speak your truth with what you're enduring. But it's causing you great sorrow. And, while you can see the physical emotion, while you go, yeah, I can see why I'm hurt and why I feel the way I do. But there is far deeper attached to that as well, which is about you writing and going, this is what I'm experiencing right now, and I'm going to frickin' own it. I need to do something. I want to do something. So if there is a need and an urge, take a baby step, contact me. You've made that step. That's what this is really sharing again. Is there anything else that I need? No. Okay, that's for that card. For some of you who are watching this and it doesn't resonate, that's okay. I'm not saying this is for everyone. It's just certain people that watch this video. It was definitely that energy was coming in for them from this card. So see how it had very different aspects of sorrow for different people. So yeah, it was relevant, maybe not to all of you, and that's okay. If it doesn't resonate, it doesn't resonate. Just leave it. Just ignore it. Throw it out. Okay. Wow. Talk about opposites. Talk about balance. Look at the next card. Celebration. Wow. We've got sorrow and celebration. So like with everything, I always speak about life is a journey, and we have like the heartbeat ups and downs, but I always say life is like the roller coaster, right? Because in the dips we learn, and in there, and then we grow, and then we go back down. Because if we don't have the dips, then we don't grow, right? It's just part of our life cycle, I feel. However, the difference is it's how long you choose to sit in the dips. as opposed to how long you sit in the highs? Is it in balance? I prefer to sit in the highs far, far, far more than what I sit in the dips. As soon as I can feel myself coming down, it's like, yep, quick, take the notes, up. So this card is saying what I'm really getting is, for some of you, this is about, yeah, you know what? I'm going to celebrate speaking my truth. I'm now going to, I want to rid all of this stuff that I'm holding in fear that I'm going to hurt someone's feelings. But in essence, I'm only hurting myself. Yeah? Celebrate. It's really great to do the celebrations. And celebrate speaking your truth. And we can do it kindly and diplomatically. We don't need to be nasty about it. Celebrate when you do speak your truth and go, wow, even though that was difficult, I feel lighter sharing it. I'm not carrying that stuff anymore. Celebration. It is time of celebration. And if someone speaks their truth with you, celebrate it and go, thank goodness they're not speaking BS with me anymore. I'm now very clear on where I stand. I've got a new perspective. I can learn some things. I can grow from someone speaking their truth with me. It's a positive. It's not a negative. If someone is speaking your truth, the biggest concern with criticism, and I'm going to go back to that, is that we feel that someone is speaking about us as a whole. Most people, when they give feedback, it's about an action that you did. It could be about something you said. That's not about you as the being. It's not about all of me. There was a few videos. It could be a topic that something that didn't resonate. And you just want to say to me, Kat, what the hell were you thinking? Right? It's you speaking your truth. I didn't appreciate. I felt da-da-da-da-da. Now, I'm not going to take that. I absolutely am respecting, because you are now giving me feedback on a particular topic that I was discussing that you didn't feel was right. It didn't sit comfortable with you. You felt attacked, whatever it was. I don't take that as you hate my guts. I don't take that you're saying I'm a bad person. I am hearing you give me feedback on a particular subject that I discussed. And that is it. It was an action. So I celebrate those. I celebrate when people speak their truth. I may not like it at the time, but I allow things to process and digest, and then I look at it and go, shit, yeah, Kat, you may have been able to present that a little bit better. Yep, you can see why someone had that opinion or that feedback for you, because it was a little bit harsh, or the language that you used was not right, or your tone was... So celebrate. Celebrate if you're the one speaking the truth. Celebrate if you're the one that receives someone speaking the truth. Life is about celebrating. And for those of you with sorrow, and even this is about taking a baby step, for those of you who take a baby step, or those of you who go, you know what, I'm really going to practice speaking my truth, celebrate that. It's a big step. It's massive. And the more of us that can begin to speak our truth, the more we will all live an authentic life. Rather than it will delete gossip, it will delete all of that drama. It won't delete all of that drama. I shouldn't have said that. That's a lie. That's not truth. But it may reduce the drama that you endure in life. There we go. Is that a better way? Mm-hmm. All right. Now, I didn't read what sorrow meant from the card. I went straight to the next card. So I will get back to sorrow. And actually, do you know what I've just noticed on this card, which I find really interesting, and I hope that you can pick it up, is right near the throat is the heart. And I go, throat chakra. And we say speaking your truth. So you're using your voice and it's opening your heart. What an appropriate card. And so this, now I just get, it causes us sorrow, internal sorrow, when we don't speak our truth. Yeah? And it also causes a lot of dis-ease within the body. All right, let's keep going. I don't want to, I feel is a very long video. All right, sorrow. Before I read this, if you want to close your eyes and take a deep breath with me. Just so you can absorb the words from all of this message. All emotions, even painful ones, give us a gift. Sometimes we don't realize how precious something is until it's gone. Yet consider that nothing is ever truly lost, for in the realm of spirit, all exists eternally. The events of this life are but a fleeting moment within our eternal reality. Through this time, your appreciation of friendship and family will deepen. Feel the unconditional love that is around you. On a soul level, we are all united and spiritually connected to all creation. In the palm of Divine's hands, we live and die, only to discover that was all a dream. For life on earth is like a play. Everyone has their role and the roles keep changing. They do indeed. No one or nothing is ever lost, even if the script we hold says it is, meaning the script that we make up. The play goes on, and every sorrow will be filled with happiness. Now, isn't that amazing that this book, well, it's not, but anyway, I don't know what other words to say. The word sorrow, and in the last line it says, every sorrow will be filled with happiness, meaning celebration. Wow. Very divinely guided today. I just feel it in my being. It's amazing. And so I hope that you really do feel this and take the time, to go back and take some notes about tonality. And I'm more than happy to share other videos about that if you'd like to know more about that. And that all comes from the infinite ring that I developed, which is the 5 core relationship fundamentals. Now, those relationship fundamentals are applicable to not only your intimate relationship, but the relationship you have with your friends, your family, your work colleagues, in every area of your life, the relationships that you have. Okay? So let's get on to celebrations and what does that have for us today. So before I read this beautiful message, I'd like you to close your eyes and take a deep breath with me, just so you can absorb the words from this message. I find it intriguing with birds because of late I have a lot of different birds coming to visit me. We have a family Maggie, a magpie, who has almost become part of the family, who comes here for breakfast and dinner. And we've got 2 little butcher birds that come. They're like little mini kookaburras, and they come every day. And then we've got, some Indian miners and some Aussie miners, and we've got so many different birds that come here, and I just go, there's the bird, and with the rays. So I just wanted to share that little bit. I do love birds. We have our own little boy here. All right. Something precious bursts into life. A dream comes true. That which you have wanted for so long now becomes reality. This is a time for celebration, a time to contemplate the very nature of life and your purpose on this earth. A time to give thanks to Mother Earth and the universe for their help and blessings. Now, what I'm getting from this is this precious dreams come true is when you're speaking your truth. And it's more about speaking your truth with self. What is it that you really want in life that you haven't spoken your truth about because this has gotten in the way and said, no, you're not good enough, you can't do it, whatever BS it's told you? What is your truth? Your truth comes from your heart. It comes from, we know, vertical, right? Not horizontal. So what in your truth are you not doing? What is it in your truth that you would love to do in life? Right? Now, professionally or personally, that's speaking your truth. So this is now offering me another perspective. We were speaking about, the message was really predominantly based on speaking your truth with others. Yeah? That was the clear message predominantly. Now the celebrations message is more about what speaking your truth have you not done about self? What have you not been truthful about self? What are you saying about self that's a lie? And that's from here. I'm not saying intentionally. I will reiterate. Are you speaking your truth? Are you happy with the life that you have? Or are you just mediocre? Are you just settling? What if I took away all the restrictions, all the limits, anything that is holding you back? What would you do? What would your life look like? What would it feel like? Okay, it's massive. This is what I'm really getting so strongly. The wings, it's time to spread your wings. Okay, that's why the bird. Are your wings being clipped because you're not speaking your truth? And you're limiting yourself because of what other people have said about they're speaking your truth with you? But is it your truth? They're speaking their truth with you. Yeah, they've got their opinions. I'm going to say opinions. And they have limited you. They've clipped your wings. And so you don't speak your truth with self in fear of judgment, abandonment, rejection. It's time to spread your wings. It's time for you to own your truth. Now remember, this is all about perspective. This may not resonate with you, and that is okay. And maybe it does. Remember, this is perspective. I'm not telling. I don't tell anyone. Does this resonate with you? So it could be this one was all about people in a relationship that may not feel safe to speak their truth. And they may not have spoken their truth about self within the relationship. They may not have owned exactly what's going on. This one is about, for some of you, that you're not living your best life because your wings have been clipped by someone speaking their truth. Or was it? Or was it just their opinions, what they would do in their life? And this is holding you back. It's time for you to reflect and speak your truth with self. What the hell do you want? Go for it. Who do you want to become personally? Who do you want to become professionally? What do you want your life to look like? What do you want to do? Do you want to travel? Do you want to... whatever. What is it you want to do? It's time to speak your truth. It's time to fly. It's time to soar. Look, your wings are spread. There's no clipping. That bird's flying. That's what's come out huge. You not speaking your truth with self is holding you back from soaring. That's the essence of this message, what I'm getting. And it said in the book, something precious bursts to life. A dream comes true. That which you have wanted for a long time. That is an awesome card to finish on. So for those of you who really don't feel content in life and you're not sure why, go inward. Just maybe you've not spoken your truth with self. You may think that you're in a job that you love, right? But if you go inward and reflect and feel, how do you feel when you go to work? Do you buzz to go to work every day? Because they're telltale signs. They're the obvious signs. You're saying, I love my job, but you have to drag your backside out of bed every day. That's not someone who loves their job. Or you're dreading driving to work. It could be traffic. But if you loved your job, the traffic wouldn't be a problem for you. It would be like, nah, you embrace every component of it. So, and personally, are you in a relationship that you're telling yourself you love, but yet there's downsides? And there's more downsides than upsides? It's about speaking your truth, going inward. Okay. I hope that you have gained something little from this video, even if it's a smidge, just one little thing, because it's so important. You know, my mission is to cause a ripple effect. And so if you can at least gain something from that you may share with someone, you've started that ripple. I can't do this alone. I don't want, and when I say can't, delete that word again. See, I still trip up with my language. That's proof. I do not want to go on this journey alone. I want to share my journey with whoever wants to be a part of it. And that is the ripple effect. And the more that you share or you learn and with others, and that more people get exposed to my videos, if it resonates with them, then we can really begin this ripple effect to really raise emotional awareness for authentic living. So you can really live your best life. The life that you choose, not the one you feel stuck with. You can become the best version of self, the one you choose, not the one you feel stuck with. Yeah? Because you matter. You matter. You are your most valuable asset, so invest in you every day. I want to respect, I respect that your time is valuable, so thank you for spending it with me here today. If you enjoyed today's video, I'd be so grateful if you would like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's cat's message of the day. I would also be grateful if you'd like to leave a comment. If there was something in here that you didn't like, if there was something that you did like, if there was a lesson that you learned from here, great. I'd love to be able to have that interaction with you, and I'd like to meet you at a conversation at this point. My goal moving forward is to be more public and to do these on a public scale. So, with all that in mind, I do hope that you really become more comfortable speaking your truth, not only with others, but with self. Okay? And no matter how hard, it is about getting out of your comfort zone. So really practice on becoming comfortable being uncomfortable. And it's wonderful when it gets easier and easier. It never gets totally easy. However, it just doesn't take you out to the severity it used to. I'm speaking from experience. So for today, take care.